And hello, welcome back. If you remember last year here on the Gay Racing Podcast, we had a great episode where we talked about the Darlington Throwback schemes. Today, since you guys loved it so much, we're going to bring it back, talking about the 2025 Darlington Throwback schemes. And we are bringing back our, not resident paint expert, he doesn't live here or anything, but our paint expert, our great friend Davin, also known as Drive Through Designs. Hello, Davin. Welcome back to the Gay Racing Podcast. It's great to have you. How you doing?
Hi, I'm so happy to be back. I'm glad you guys brought me back after last year. I'm glad people enjoyed me yapping about paint schemes for however long it was.
Well, you're very opinionated on them, like in a very good way too. It's very fun to talk to you, and me and Alex had so much fun with this last year, and I know everyone else really enjoyed it too. What's the vibe with Throwback Weekend this year, guys? Because I know last year we're talking about, like, is it dying? You know, where's the participation? This year I counted, we got like 20 Cup teams participating, pretty decent. 27 Xfinity teams, which is pretty good, all things considered. And we'll talk about, like, you know, Xfinity teams really knocked it out of the park this year. But what's the vibe? Like, we still liking Throwback Weekend?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not definitely no Chase Elliott about it. We know that he's not a huge fan. The Xfinity series knocked it out of the park this year. There's so many teams doing so many cool things. And it's sort of this really funny dynamic where, like, the bigger budget teams kind of struggle with, I don't know if it's like getting their sponsors to agree to do throwback things or getting their marketing people on board with it. But there's a lot of, like, especially big Cup teams that just don't really do it anymore. And I think that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I think it's a big missed opportunity.
Yeah, for me, I feel like we need to move this to, like, North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race, and maybe that would appeal to the sponsors more, because it's not a race that necessarily matters as much, and it's not, you know, a core points race. Maybe that will encourage the sponsors to have fun again. But you said 20, that feels pretty good, but that's less than half of the field now in Cup. It's kind of disappointing. We used to nearly have, it's not more.
It's more than half. 20 out of 38.
There's like 38 cars that show up.
Well, okay.
All right.
But still.
Alex isn't good at math. It's okay, Alex.
I'm not. I failed algebra like 3 times. Anyway.
I love the idea of moving it to North Wilkesboro, though, because I would also make the All-Star race cool again. But anyways, I think I hate how people talk about, like, should Throwback Weekend be a thing anymore? Like, it's not like a official thing. It's just a culture thing now. Like, teams like doing it. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. I have them in number order in our little slide deck, and we're starting, of course, with Austin Cindric, because Busch Beer and Ross Chastain didn't want to do one this year. They normally do these little sponsor throwbacks, but they didn't do one. But we got Austin Cindric throwing back to Dale Earnhardt, which is kind of fitting since Cindric likes wrecking people now, so that's great. It's fitting.
Wow.
The Austin Intimidator, I guess. I mean, I like the number font, the colors, cool. I mean, it's some empty space. I've seen those complaints.
Austin Intimidator goes kind of hard. I like that.
I wish the logo would have done the font or something different.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the car is unsponsored.
I mean, there wasn't. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no logos on the actual car. It's super cool that they changed their colors and number fonts, and like this is pretty cool. It's basically the old car with a couple sponsor logos slapped on top of it. I think
it's pretty solid job, honestly. So good. I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't see the original post. This is apparently Dale Jr.'s debut scheme in the what is now known as the Xfinity series from, I believe, Myrtle Beach. A 31 car, black, red. I did not know this scheme existed, to be honest. I guess I'm behind on my history, but it looks cool. It looks like it's like Harvick's. It's like Harvick's throwback to his, with the DER, the Childress font. So pretty cool. I mean,
this is the old mom and pop car. I think it's really cool that they went all out with the logo.
I like when sponsors do that.
Where they even I don't know if this is like an old version of their logo. I don't know that much about Beefaroo, but I like this cute guy they got on the hood, and they actually it's super vibey. I like it. There's a lot of brands that won't change their logos at all for obvious reasons. They're paying a lot of money to be on a race car. But I think it's super fun when they do stuff like this. Because
sacrifice.
I feel like if this just had modern logos on it, it wouldn't be that interesting. It's a pretty simple design at the end of the day. Just RCR, like, oh, there's a color on the bottom of the car, but they did the number font, they did the logos. I like
that's a big thing. When the scheme is simple, you gotta make it up. You gotta get that vintage feel with the decals, with all the stickers and stuff. So this one needs no introduction. Hendrick always knocks it out of the park, and because of their history and their success, you never have to wonder what it's throwing back to. Obviously, Terry Labonte's Tiger Stripes Kellogg's car. I did see like I should have put it in, like someone made an edit where it's like a cartoon version of Rick.
I saw that too. That was great.
Tiger, and it says "Got Cars," but I think that's kind of a nitpick. This looks great. Even the number moving forward doesn't really throw it off at all. I think it's awesome.
This is so probably my favorite of the whole batch. I haven't seen all of them. I'm excited to see the rest, but this one's one of my favorites as a kid, favorite now.
I think it doesn't hit as hard as last year, but that's not like a bad thing. I just like last year's more. I really want them to do the Kyle Busch 2006 one with like all the bright yellow on the car, because that's just me personally, because I grew up with that car. But
in the Cup Series, this was by far and away my favorite this year. This is awesome. I love it. The neon is so bright, and it's just like such an iconic car where you can see this literally from like across the speedway, and you know exactly what it is.
And that's something I like about having a throwback weekend, is Hendrick doesn't do the bright neon yellow numbers anymore. So seeing them come back sometimes for throwback weekend, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the side skirts too. I love it.
Actually, they're called rocker panels.
Okay.
Someone did that to me once. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's a side skirt. My race cars wear skirts. Now we just looked up maybe the best throwback of the Cup Series. Here's the worst. I mean, this got flamed so much on Twitter, rightfully so. I mean, no. They changed all the colors. Like, I get when schemes. I think it's fine when throwback schemes, if it's like a slight accent color that gets changed, that works. I think. I don't have an example, but I think that's fine. This though, like, you're changing literally all of the colors on the car. Like, it doesn't even resemble the original Ken Schrader throwback.
I don't understand. Universe, they did that red, white, and blue Dale Jr. one last year. And their colors are like so close anyway. I feel like going from this like teal to a green isn't that bad. But then they also do this silly little wheel well thing.
Yeah.
Which I assume is a laser purpose, because there's no other reason I would think of them to do something like that. So yeah, it like, you kind of messed up the design. You kind of messed up the colors. The number is just both
numbers
wrong.
Are different colors.
It's the normal shape. Yeah, and why is it like neon yellowy? That's not on the car.
I wonder if they. Go ahead, Alex.
I hate the roof number the most. I think the car numbers, both of them actually, are just atrocious. I don't get why they couldn't have just at least done the correct number color. I don't think neither of them make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
I also just in general, I really don't like the number 9 on the Chase Elliott cars. They put like 3 outlines on it all the time.
I think we talked about this last year. On the pylons, it always looks like a blob. It looks like a blob on the pylon.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott's in the car. Just nothing's there.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that, with the outlines on that. So yeah, this is kind of a dud. And again, the biggest part of it is that Universe did a really good job last year. So I don't know why they're so weird about it this year. This is cool. Throwback to Patty Moyse, 1989. Really cool. I mean, it matches exactly. It's the same sponsor too. Like,
that's cool.
I forgot what their normal sponsor is, but like their name before was Beaver Street Fisheries, and so it's it's like actually a really cool connection with their actual sponsor, which is awesome. Seabest, I think that's what you can kind of see it near the rear wheel. So Seabest, so that's really cool.
Yeah, awesome. It's super cool. I love it when like sponsors get a chance to tell a story like this. Like, when else are you going to get a Patty Moyse throwback? And I'm sure like almost nobody knew that this random Ty Dillon sponsor was on,
right?
Patty Boyce in the 80s.
No clue.
And they went all out, put all their old logos on it, went, number fonts, design, everything. This is great.
Yeah,
this
definitely cool. Tells a story. Yeah, really good job. Awesome. Next, we got Denny Hamlin throwing it back to Carl Edwards. And I love this for a few reasons, because I feel like Denny and Carl share a lot in common. Like, personally, just I feel like they're two outspoken individuals, like during their time in the sport. So Denny kind of throwing it back to Carl is just cool to me. Sports clips. I mean, it does lose some resemblance to me for some reason. It might just be the number, because the numbers just don't really resemble each other. But
yeah,
and obviously the sponsor is different. But I mean, it looks like the car. I just don't have anything else to say on it. It doesn't blow my mind. I
like this a lot. Yeah, two guys famous for not winning championships.
Oh yeah, that's also why they remind each other. That's actually kind of screwed.
Cool. No one's run this throwback yet.
Yeah, surprising.
And it even like kind of works with the forward numbers. I like it a lot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like empty space, but it's not.
Yeah, you're gonna have that.
You're gonna have that. Yeah.
It works great with sports clips because it's the exact same colors and everything. They could run this as a regular car if they wanted to.
Yeah, maybe.
It's clean.
Yeah, I like it. I like Denny in red cars. And he's really good at Darlington, so he might bring it a win. So this Ryan Blaney throwback, throwing back to his dad, which I love. I love when drivers throw back to their dads. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I mentioned earlier, like when you change the colors, if it's a little accent color, that's fine. But this is like a big secondary color, part of the scheme that they changed. And it just doesn't work for me. Like, at least they did the number font. The number looks cool. At least they did that. I'll give them that. But
I agree. Menards loves this neon, and like I still don't quite understand that, because it's not even on their stores. Like, their stores are green. But they're so attached to this neon. Even when I think it was 2018 when Ryan ran a throwback to his dad's 77, the Jasper car, they still had like the neon Menards yellow instead of like the actual yellow that was on the card.
Yeah, but I don't care if it's like a bit different of a yellow. Like, I'll let a sponsor get away with that.
Brandon Jones just won the Xfinity race in a like kind of the wrong yellow throwback.
Yeah.
But so like that I don't like, but on top of that, making it blue instead of green. When you're going to go all
green is one of Menards' colors.
Yeah, like
I think it's just an unfortunate thing that Dutch Boy is like on the, I guess the sponsor. I don't know how that works though with Menards. Does Menards get to pick like what brand? Because like, what if it was Libman? Libman has green. Like, that would have worked pretty well. Like the green Libman logo or something, like that would have worked. There's probably some other green Menards thing going on. So yeah, like this is just. It's close to being nice and really good, but it just doesn't.
I like it.
It's stupid.
I like it for what it's worth, but it does. It'd be nice if it was green.
The number font does a lot for it, honestly.
Yeah,
it's carrying it. Yeah,
it just hurts me that it could have been like incredible, and it's like, it just screams missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Missed opportunity, but good throwback to Turner Motorsports. I remember they were racing when I was. Growing up watching NASCAR. I love this throwback for so many reasons. And I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see the Xfinity car. So this is Christopher Bell's throwbacks for both races this weekend. It's like a 2-for-1 throwback deal, which I love. I don't know if they've ever. Denny did that like a few years ago, I guess. But it's a throwback to, I believe, Rick Ferkel. Is that his name, Rick Ferkel? And which was Christopher Bell's mentor. I believe he raced for Rick in his early kind of dirt racing, and so he's got a throwback to two of his liveries, and one in the Cup car, one with the Xfinity car. And I just think it's pretty cool. And the car number was 0. So like on the 20, he's got a little quotation mark around the 0. I just think it's cute.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and the fact that it's two cars, like he's using them both days, but they're different. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
We've never really seen this before.
I'm not as big of a fan of it as you are, I don't think. Like, there's a certain genre of throwback, I feel like, where it's just like the like random dirt car effect, where I guess it's telling a cool story that people otherwise wouldn't have noticed, but
yeah, I think that's why I like it too. There's a story behind it.
I feel like it's pretty forgettable in the throwback sense.
Because it's not like a iconic NASCAR throwback.
Like no one's gonna like really remember this.
Yeah.
If you have two cars and you're just doing the same thing on both cars, I also feel like that's another like missed opportunity. But I'm a throwback perfectionist, so maybe
I think that's what makes it cool though, because it's like at least they're not like in the same race. Like it's the same driver in two different races. Like I think it kind of adds to it for me.
I do like that DeWalt changed their logo. I'm assuming that's one of their old logos.
Oh, it must be.
I do like that Sport Clips didn't change theirs for this one. I think that makes the 20s look a little bit better in terms of just looking retro and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, Davin. Just, it's not memorable to me personally, but for Christopher, this probably does mean a lot to him personally. So I think it's cool.
I think that's why I like it so much. I even included this really awkward picture of Christopher Bell wearing glasses when he was probably like, I don't know. He looks like 14 in this picture. So that's great.
Nice.
Anyways,
incredible.
This, another banger, a throwback to something from IndyCar from, why do I forget? Was it Mark Donahue? No. I should know this. I don't know my history.
Uh-oh.
The Lotus Indy 500 winner. Josh Berry's throwing back to it. Look it up, Alex. I forgot. I'm blanking. I've had a long day. But it's a really cool throwback to IndyCar, which I feel like we don't get that much in a throwback weekend. It even caught the attention of now IndyCar president Douglas Bowles, who sent an email to the Wood brothers asking them to run this at the Brickyard 400 this year, which I think is phenomenal. Probably won't happen, though, because they have PPG set on the car for the Brickyard, and they're sponsoring the race, so that's probably not going to happen. Who drove this car, Alex? Did you find out? It should be Lotus Ford.
I'm still looking.
I'm the
Jim Clark. I'm the IndyCar guy,
Clark,
but I don't know.
I think it's Jim Clark. I don't know. I should know.
I don't know who drove it, but I did hear
Jim Clark.
Cool. Okay,
it is Jim Clark. Okay, that's what I thought.
This does tell a really cool story. I didn't know this at all, but apparently, and you can see it, they're sort of alluding to it in this graphic here. The Wood brothers was the pit crew for this car in the Indy 500 when it won. So that's why they're putting it on this car now. And it's cool. That's the fact I didn't know.
Yeah. That's why Throwback Weekend's so cool. You get to tell these stories. And
as a longtime F1 fan, the Lotus, like green and yellow, is also so iconic. This is sick. This is so cool.
Yeah. I really like the text where it says Wood Brothers Racing powered by Ford. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I did something similar on a throwback I made for our good friend Jackson Todd. Like, just get to edit the text a little bit, make it look old. So that's cool. It would be really cool if they could run this at the Brickyard. I kind of hope that happens. So,
put PPG on the 12 where it belongs.
Yeah, back on Ryan Blaney. That'd be great.
Yep.
Speaking of Penske, they did a really good job with this throwback. Pennzoil always lets the designers cook. They had the actual Mark Donahue throwback. They had a really good throwback a few years ago. This one looks awesome. I don't think they participated last year, but a throwback to Cale Yarbrough, the Holly Farms car. I'm surprised they got away with the number, because the number is kind of like half blending in with the base. But
I think NASCAR's more lax on Throwback Week for this exact reason.
Yeah.
Because this would not be allowed otherwise.
Yeah.
I do wish that they would let the teams put the number in the middle again for Throwback Weekend. I think that'd be nice.
I don't think it makes that much of a difference, though. For most, I think for 90% of cars, it doesn't make a difference. I just never, every time I look at these next-gen throwbacks, I'm glad you brought this up. Every time I look at these next-gen throwbacks, I never go like, man, I wish the number was in the center. Because it just doesn't really...
There's a few occasions, but
yes. Like Jimmy Johnson, like that Jimmy Johnson throwback that Bowman ran last year, where the swoop has to be around the number. Yes, it's kind of noticeable. For most of these schemes, though, I don't think it matters.
You can work it into most designs. For this one especially, like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So good job, Pennzoil. Good job, Penske.
Old logos on it. We'd love to see.
This car, Jeff Gordon's final but not final ride at Homestead. Final ride in the 24 at Homestead 2015. Pretty cool. It's it looks good. It's a metallic wrap, I guess. Like, it's actually shiny metallic, which good. because some teams they'll like throwback to like Truex's final ride last year. It was not metallic. It should have been metallic, but it wasn't. It looks so bad. But Hendrick, they do good about
almost too. It was really bad.
Hendrick does a good job making sure stuff is shiny. What's up, Alex?
So my thing with this one is when I first saw this, I was like, "That's not a throwback. That just happened. This was 10 years ago."
Yeah, girl.
So
we're getting old. I hate when people say you can't throw back to 2015. Like if it's happened in the past, you can throw back to it. Come on.
Yeah, and that goes back to what Chase Elliott said. They're going to be throwing back to me in 2018. It's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're a NASCAR champion. I would hope people are throwing back to you. Like, what? What?
In all seriousness, I think this is cool. I think they nailed it. It's the same sponsor, obviously, same number. Yeah. Like, hard to mess it up.
I will say, I feel like there are some other cars they could have picked before they got to this. Like, there are some older Jeff Gordon stuff that an Xfinity team actually did, like which we'll see later, like that you could pick from that before we get to this. Because I think running this throwback in 5 years or in 10 years down the road would be more impactful than running it now. Like there's so many, like what's up?
Unifirst for Nicorette. The green.
Yes, 24. I want that Nicorette.
Oh, I did see. Bad. Someone made a concept for that.
I love that Nicorette.
That's what I want.
The green flames, any of his Pepsi schemes too. Like he had so many Pepsi schemes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I know Exalta loves their flames and their warm colors. Maybe that's why they always lean towards the standard like DuPont schemes. But even then, though, there's still plenty of like random DuPont schemes that Jeff Gordon ran that you could just choose from.
It is like ones. Yeah, kind of a weird selection, but they did a good job with it. So
yeah, it just feels a bit lazy. It just feels a bit uninspired. Like, so that's the only thing that's kind of knocking it for me. But that's a little nitpicky, I guess. But at least it's shiny and it looks cool. This is Todd Gilliland. I keep forgetting he drives a 34. I literally was like, who drives this car?
They love moving their guys around between their cars. I don't know what's going on in front row.
I hate that. Honoring Raymond Fox. To be honest, I don't know much about the history of this. So
before my time.
Yeah, I'm not that old. The number font looks cool. Logo font. They nailed it. I mean, I like the stripes. I like how even like the hood, they left the hood empty. I think because that's a sacrifice. Yeah. That's a sacrifice. When you leave the hood empty, or at least like the middle part of the hood empty, that's kind of a sacrifice that the sponsor is making, which you got to respect. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
solid.
Putting your logo in the old Dodge font is also kind of cool. They didn't have to
the old Dodge
show that. Yeah, it's Royal Dodge on the side of the old.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, very, very accurate. It's got the old like Dodge, like the stripe around the back, like on the old Chargers.
It even has the number on the deck lid, like the old car does.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Awesome. I didn't notice that.
That's a cool touch.
That's really cool. Yeah. See, like, there's so much NASCAR history. There's always going to be some like something to throw back to. Yeah. All right. Unpopular opinion time. Unpopular opinion time, Davin.
Oh boy.
Listen, I think it's okay for sponsors to throw back to their old logo. And it's not like a NASCAR throwback. Because listen, if you're not gonna participate with an actual paint scheme, at least make your car look old. That's how I feel about it. They made their car look old.
Did they already do this? I feel like I have deja vu.
They did this. They did this before.
I don't care.
Get some new material.
I know, but
come on.
I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. Like
we're talking about a sponsor and a team that have been together for what, like 20 years?
That's true, though. They did stuff in 2009. Now that you say that, though, I kind of forgot
about 2006, I remember they had like just the yellow and blue. Like if they just put that on the car, I think that'd be sweet.
That's what I was gonna say. Like just do that.
Yeah, I'm looking at their like 2009 car because I remember it. I mean, it was just yellow with like blue font. Yeah, they could do that though. Like the normal yellow car. Like,
what is this a throwback to? Like, what's this number from?
That's true. I don't know what the number's from. To be honest with you, I didn't bother looking it up. Or I think I look at the captions of the photos. I looked at the captions of the photos. I didn't see anything like sticking out.
It's Zane Smith either way.
Yeah. So what could it? It's probably nothing really interesting. But moving on. This one's really cool. Have you seen this one, Alex? It's a throwback to Jimmy Spencer, and I love it for its accuracy. The number font is the number's the same. The number font's the same. They use the circular Haas logo to imitate the Target logo.
Awesome.
I mean, you have empty space, but you're gonna have that with the numbers. I love it. It looks awesome.
This one's really great. I think the lack of like the smaller sponsors that is noticeable here, but it's not bad. Like I think this is solid. I love what they did with the Haas logo imitating the Target logo.
I feel like if you put this number in the middle of the door, it would actually look worse because there'd be no contigs and it would just be like super empty.
Yeah.
There's going to be empty space somewhere. Like, I guess you could put the number kind of in the middle to make all of the empty space, like have two, like cut it in half, I guess. But that's so nitpicky at this point. I like this, and I like it a lot more than the other 41 throwback that we're going to see in a little bit.
Can I just say about the 41? Yeah. We both say. Jimmy Spencer, that's a cool one to go back to. I was thinking maybe if they were going to do a Target one, it'd be like a Larson one or something. But like it is the 41, obviously. So next year they should do Reed Sorensen.
The real goat. Reed. I love Reed.
What'd you have to say, Devin?
Slapshoes did bring up that it's hilarious that like in Kurt Busch's old car, they're throwing back to Jimmy Spencer.
Right,
because they had that huge rivalry.
Yeah,
but like it works. I like it. They did the number font. I'm a fan.
Yeah, they did a really good job. This next one's weird. Like, so it's I love Joe Nemechek's Bell South car. I think John Hunter Nemechek throwing back to that, obviously great. They did the number. They got the number font. The color swap, though, the palette swap, it's a whole genre of throwbacks, as we've come to learn. Like, it's a whole, you just changed all the colors to make it fit your brand. It doesn't work because you changed all of the colors. It's no longer the same paint scheme. You can't just change all of the colors. Like,
it's just like the Blaney one. Like, you're going to do all the number font. You're one step from perfection.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, Dollar Tree.
It's not because you're not actually really, I don't know. It just looks weird. It's almost like uncanny because it looks like an old paint scheme, but it's not recognizable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ran a few different colors on this Bell South car, didn't he, back in the day?
There was one version where the front of the car was white, but I didn't see anything else. So
okay.
I don't know. That was kind of before my time.
Yeah. Same.
See, I don't get why sponsors do this kind of thing. Like, I can kind of understand the Menards one a little bit because it's pretty close. It's just one color off, and I think that's a Dutch boy thing. This, though, you're like not even in the ballpark. And I feel like as a sponsor, you would get more traction from fans if you are like making the fans happy and actually doing the actual scheme. Like, branding.
You 100% would.
Like, I feel like you're branding, you're just pissing people off. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I feel like people that make those decisions don't understand what they're doing. They're they don't understand why they're having to approve this kind of thing. They're like, has to have our colors. They don't understand the context.
It's all just big marketing people playing it by the book.
Yeah.
Like, also
your Dollar Tree
logos with these colors. Well, yeah, come on.
I did find a green Bell South car.
Yeah, see, I knew there's one of these.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Like, the hood's not green, and there's all these other colors on it, but come on.
Even if they did their shade of green like the Menards car, that would have been way better.
Yeah. They could have gotten a lot closer. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Missed opportunity.
This is awesome, though. The teammate car does really good with the John Andretti throwback. Pretty cool. I mean, I give it 10 out of 10. There's, obviously not the same sponsor. Aren't they still sponsored by STP?
No, because they have Mobile One now.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Darn, wait, that's kind of crazy. Because they had an STP car last year, didn't they?
Since they switched to... Did they? I thought since they switched to Toyota, it's just been Mobile One. Maybe. I don't know.
I think this year you're right, because I don't know why they're just this year. But anyways, it's pretty... I mean, it looks cool. John Andretti. Yeah, nothing else to say about it. I like the circle around the number at the top, of course.
We've seen a lot of them like this.
I hope eventually I hope eventually they'll do like a Cheerios throwback.
That's
like
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Those
the ones that I grew up with for the 43. Like that's what would be really cool to me.
Put a spoon around the number. Get the yellow and blue going.
That'd be fun. I think
when
because
I see the roof number, I think of the spoon. That's used to do that as a spoon part, and I'm like, oh, remind me of that.
Yeah, I think because like I don't know. I guess the Cheerios car wasn't like that successful. I mean, I don't think it ever really won.
Yeah, it's famously unsuccessful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, it's probably only nostalgic.
Wouldn't that be fitting though with the way their team is right now?
Well, yeah,
it would be.
It's probably only nostalgic to like us, kids that like were like playing NASCAR video games.
Kids in the 2000s.
Yeah. But also, I mean, we see these teams throwing back to random stuff all the time and niche stuff. NY Racing came to play.
I didn't even know they were racing this weekend.
I know.
Okay.
I don't think they did either until a few days ago. But they ripped out this Bill Elliott throwback. I'm doing better than his son, who's in the same race. So yeah, I mean, cool. Nothing else to say. I like how I didn't know Wawa was their sponsor. That's kind of cool.
They put this out on like Thursday, and I was like, oh, they're here, I guess.
Again, I don't think they knew they were racing until like Wednesday or something. I will say you see like where the Wawa logo is on the side, like I feel like there's a little bit too much white space. Like
the designer did a good job, and the wrap team struggled with the side of the car.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, because the Wawa logo is like cut off.
It's like totally wrong.
Oh,
it's like all bent up. That white is like.
Oh no, girl.
The vision was there, and I have a lot of respect for whoever designed this because it looks great. The execution could be better, but it's still not bad. It's better than when Chase Elliott did a throwback to this. I think when he was in the 25, and it was like blue and yellow.
Yeah, they did
Napa
change the colors,
and they did a better job than that. So
yeah, true.
Good job, NY Racing. Shout out to Wawa.
See, the small teams even like try. Like so it makes it kind of worse when the big teams don't try. Here's another throwback to it's kind of the same kind of energy as William Byron's throwback. It's thrown back to Jimmy Johnson from 13 years ago. I think definitely old enough. I think it's cool at least because he did win in this paint scheme in 2012. The only issue I have is they literally ran this throwback in 2018.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, it's also like
second year in a row that they're running a throwback for the second time. Like. Last year they ran one that Jimmy also ran before. Like
they need to pull out the silver car. Bring that one back.
Thank you, the silver cobalt car. Like there's again, the same thing with Jeff Gordon. Jimmy Johnson has a huge catalog of paint schemes, and they're
so many.
They're doing repeats.
These are my least favorite Jimmy cars. I hate these stripes.
I hated the stripes.
They're so bad.
Okay, when they switched from that beautiful silver cobalt car with the neon numbers to this stupid ass black and white car, I was so pissed as a 12-year-old. I was so pissed. I was like, how could you make his car so ugly?
Another reason I hate this car, sorry, I also thought I would never have to look at that horrible Ally explosion hood. I was like, oh, they finally got rid of it. And now, like, this car never had that. I don't know why it's here. They're just, like, throwing in some 2020 Jimmy Johnson to the mix, I guess.
I guess to, like, mimic the racing stripes, but also...
It's so bad.
Just do racing stripes? I don't know. I guess they tried to do racing stripes and maybe it looked weird or something. I don't know.
Especially with how many years we've had like normal Ally hoods now, because it's been a couple years. Seeing this again, oh my lord!
Yeah, this is a bad throwback for that. Yeah,
I if they didn't use this before, I would like it. But the fact that they used it in 2018, I'm just like, just do
new material.
Get new material. There's so many good Jimmy Johnson cars that you could do. Oh my gosh. Last Cup throwback, Cody Ware in the Ward Burton throwback, and it's a really cool connection because Tommy Baldwin works for Rick Ware Racing. I forgot what his title is, but he's like not engineer, but a competition director, I think. And he was Ward Burton's crew chief, I believe, back when Ward won the Daytona 500. So pretty cool. I like the connection, and the paint scheme's awesome. Font, colors,
everything other than the driver is great.
And what's cool is Jacob, it's a construction company, I assume, and it's, Caterpillar, so it's
I would think
similar companies, so it's kind of cool.
It would have been cute if they put the little yellow triangle on the A, just to match it really, really close.
That would be
it's just their normal logos, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's the Cup field of notables that didn't have a throwback. Like Trackhouse didn't participate at all.
Sad. RFK.
That's so sad.
RFK didn't participate at all. Like there were whole organizations that didn't participate, which is just really weird. Like at least try to get one of your cars to do a throwback.
Especially because RFK breaks my heart because they had that awesome Brad one that won the race last year, and this year they're just not participating.
It's so sad.
Brad even put out a tweet in response to Chase Elliott being all like, "Oh, throwback weekend, do we have to do this?" And Brad was talking about how important it is and how cool it is to just see all the fans decked out in like their old gear and stuff. I saw Larry Mack was on the practice broadcast wearing like one of his old crew shirts. That's cool. I love the vibe of throwback weekend. And then just like, why do we have big money teams that just throw it under the bus? Who was it? Spire.
Carson Hocevar,
Spire.
Yeah. He was going
Spire
on.
Put out they put their little paint scheme lineup tweet and they were like, "Oh, we're throwing it back to 2025 Like
that's not even funny.
That's so lame.
That's not funny. It was funny when Cole Pern said that in like 2018. It's like, we're throwing back to our win from earlier this year. Like at least they win
Cole
races
Pern's
at
funny.
least. Yeah, that was funny.
He has dry humor. Yeah,
but no. Yeah,
I remember when that was like the one team that wouldn't do throwbacks, and now we've got like multiple.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, if I can not participating is kind of crazy.
If I can just say, if you're gonna be RFK, you have Mark Martin's catalog, you have Matt Kenseth's catalog, the 6 and 17. There's no reason for you to not be doing it, in my opinion.
And with Castrol, like they have Castrol on the car. There's so much you can dip into there.
Yeah. Moving on to the Xfinity Series, we have this pretty cool throwback. Carson Kvapil throwing back to Jamie McMurray's 2010 Bass Pro Shops car. Same sponsor, similar number font. Does Teresa still have the DEI number 1, I guess?
Probably.
That's the only thing about it that doesn't, completely match. It's they cut the legs off the DEI one. They cut the legs off the DEI one, basically. Like
they still like lean theirs forward and did the little drop shadow.
They did the best they could. So
especially on the roof, it looks great.
Yeah, the roof looks amazing. Yeah, they just got rid of that the serif part of it, I guess. So pretty cool. Is that the MasterCard logo?
Yeah.
Are they sponsored by? No, that's not the actual.
No, it is. MasterCard, for some reason, they love just putting their ovals on things and then just not putting the name on it. I think they were on the McLaren F1 car last week, just with their little circles, their little Venn diagram.
It might be like a Bass Pro Shops credit card thing.
Well, yeah, because the club is some kind of card situation. So that's probably what it is.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's always there and I just didn't notice. But anyways, the car looks great. They interrupted when Jamie McMurray was on a podcast. They interrupted it and showed him, brought him to where the car was in the shop at Dirty Mo Media, so Junior Motorsports. So yeah, it was pretty cool. This, and again, so we mentioned earlier, that the Xfinity teams did not mess around for Throwback Weekend. Here's Parker Retzlaff and Alpha Prime Racing throwing back to Ernie Irvan. This was one of my dad's favorite drivers back in the day because Ernie drove for Yates for a few years. He even had this little die. I have an old version of this die cast. I used to. I probably don't have it anymore. Awesome. The number's the same. I don't even know what sponsor this is, to be honest with you, but thank you for changing your font. It looks
this
awesome.
Is fantastic.
It's so cool.
Oh my gosh. The Kodak cars?
God.
Like the Kodak 4. Oh my gosh. That takes me back. Oh my God. I love it.
Ryan Pistana, who does the graphics for Alpha Prime, is like the biggest fan of Throwback Weekend, and he goes all in every single year in convincing these companies to change their logos specifically for Throwback Weekend, and shows that it can be done. Because you even have they've got Funkaway on the C-pillar there, little Mac Tools logo. He will search out each and every little associate sponsor and get them to make their logos look like the real car.
That's impressive.
The effect is tremendous. Gosh. This is awesome.
That is so much work.
The number font too. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
You'll see with the other Alpha Prime cars. Like,
yeah.
Every year they are like the class of the field in throwbacks.
Does Ryan Pastana also do Junior Motorsports?
Different Ryan. That's Ryan Williams, but he's also
okay.
great.
That's why I got them confused. Okay.
And then another great Ryan who designs for Xfinity teams is Ryan Daly, who does all the seed cars. So like the 3 Ryans are like at the top of Throwback Weekend in the Xfinity.
There's so many
series.
Ryans in NASCAR.
So funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, because that's a lot of. I can't imagine the amount of work that goes into convincing every single sponsor to change their logo. That's crazy.
That's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. Please don't judge me for using a COT of the COT version of this paint scheme as the reference image. I just liked how the picture looked. Anyway, Scott Riggs throwback to his Valvoline car. I used to love this paint scheme as a kid, and I hate America. But I loved the way this car looked. I don't know. It's just like one of the best patriotic, and they ran it like at every race. It wasn't just like the 600.
Yeah.
Like, really good paint scheme. Execution, they changed their logo. They tried to make it look like the Valvoline logo. Awesome. Mm-hmm. My only complaint is that red on the number is a little too thick.
The number does not look right.
A NASCAR thing, if I had to guess.
Oh, because the white's on white.
Thick that outline is, and the drop shadow. Like, they definitely tried, but probably weren't allowed.
The reason it looks off to me is the 7 looks off, because Everham had a 7 at a point, and it did not look like that.
They had a 7.
So, like, it's not the right font.
Yeah, they had the Casey Atwood 7.
Oh, I don't remember it. Well, yeah.
But I do appreciate the throwback overall.
Oh, yeah.
And this does...
I like the coffee matching Stanley.
Yeah, the coffee. Yeah, again, like convincing a sponsor to change their logo, because that does a lot for the scheme. Like, honestly, I remember it when I was racing those cars on NASCAR 07. So, yeah, awesome. I love this.
Yeah, this hits that era perfectly that we were talking about of like mid 2000s stuff that we grew up with.
Yeah. Navin, you're gonna love this next car. Brandt is throwing back to one of their old trucks. Yay! I know you wanted to see that this year.
If you have your little graphic showing off your car and you have pictures of the car last year, which literally was the exact same thing except the logos were better last year, like, what are we doing?
They did run this last year, didn't they? Basically.
Yeah, look, they have pictures of him winning.
Yeah, they're right there on the left.
I didn't even logo. Well, because I was looking at this and I'm like, it kind of looks like the one from last year, but there must be something different on it. Let me go ahead and put it on the.
It's literally the same thing with modern logos. I'm pretty sure.
Then. Well then,
it's no fun.
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. I don't know. I mean, listen, Brandt's a really good partner for them, so if they get to decide what they do, I get it. It's just lame.
Something fun.
Yeah, do something fun. Like, there's so many red cars. Just do a red car. There's so many red cars in NASCAR history.
There's even like Allgaier stuff you can dip into. Like,
yeah, you could just throw back to 10 years ago. Why not? Yeah. Go ahead, just do it. Like. Oh my gosh.
We're throwing back to 2024 with this one.
Yeah.
Hell, let's do a Danica throwback. She drove that car for a while.
No, that's okay. Hey, this one's cool. This is
cool.
This is awesome.
Like, I just realized that Danica Patrick and Regan Smith both drove that JRM 7 car.
There's a lot of cursed throwbacks they could do for the 7.
Yeah, that'd be.
Can I say? This is the first Sammy Smith paint scheme with this 8 that actually looks like a proper 8 car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Agree. And that might be me throwing shade. I just haven't been a big fan of Sammy Smith's default schemes this year. Just, I don't know.
Neither.
They've been like, okay. They bring back this legendary number font and the cars have been like, okay.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it have a different vibe, but no. Bring the same vibes back. Like get that white 8 with the exact same stroke, the exact same drop shadow. That's what I think you need to be doing, and I think that's why I love this car. Because I never even saw this paint scheme race. I wasn't familiar with it, but it's a really cool throwback. The little details with, I guess those are like TMC people on the side instead of, the band members on the original.
That's awesome.
The original Street Doors Down, right? That's so fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Random poll, but I love it.
They had the band members on the car, and they're just like, "We'll throw some company guys there, sure."
That's cool. That's really cool.
They even because Tony Stewart drove his car back in the day, and they even did Sammy like the old
the logo. That's cool.
That he used to put above the door.
Oh, cool! I didn't see that.
I love this. Smoke. This is great.
They call him Smoke because he got smoked on Twitter last week for wrecking Taylor Gray. Another awesome throwback here. Adam Petty throwback. Daniel Dye drives this car. I'm like, who drives this car? And Daniel Dye has like ties to the Petty family. I forgot how. I feel like we talked about this last year, but so it's really cool. He's throwing back to Adam Petty's car. Very, I guess it's accurate. I didn't really study it, but
this is great.
Same color scheme. Number font's the same, but whatever.
It's not the same number anyways. Before, but I honestly don't care because this is great. Yeah, these colors are so iconic.
Who did it before?
I don't know.
It wasn't the 43 car. Maybe it was the 43.
I think Bubba did it in the 43.
Maybe he did. Actually, now that you say that, it was like, I don't know. Anyways, I hate this car. Josh Williams.
What?
I hate it. It's ugly.
What?
The color change. It just doesn't give Army vibes to me. Like I
guess so.
I don't know. It's like this is like just past the threshold where too much of the color got changed because it doesn't remind me of that car.
I feel like, oh man,
I think the reason you like it is because it reminds you of the Regan Smith principal car.
Yeah,
I think that's why you like it.
It is giving like
just thrown back to that.
DEI.
They should have thrown back to that. Honestly,
this reminds me of a Denny Hamlin FedEx car when they would have all the different colors.
They should have thrown back to that.
Reminds me of that more than
why
anything.
They throw back to this? If your sponsor's not going to change their color, then do something that like there's other things that work. I just don't think this works. I don't know. It needs to be yellow.
This is also like that weird era when it was like DEI, but it was still like the 01.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2007. Like they have the Earnhardt stripes, but it's still the old number font from, is it MBM Motorsports? That what it was? I don't remember. I was 6 years old.
Like that.
I don't know, something like that. So yeah, I don't know. If they had the same colors, I would like it, but they changed too much of the color, so I don't like it.
Oh wow!
I hate this only because I hate Kyle Busch. So. I saw this car win way too damn much on the old Nationwide Gen 4 body, on the new COT-ish body. I hate this damn paint scheme. I hate it. I have to hate it.
This is the appropriate amount of color change, where like the original car was like light blue with orange accents, and then they went light blue with red accents.
Oh, I didn't.
And it still works. Okay. Yeah, see, that's how good it is.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah,
it's just like a little light color change, but they put the whole oval on the hood like the old car.
The graphics on the side are off-putting to me, though.
I mean, that's just how it was. Like, it was just like, ooh, NOS energy drink, just throw a bunch of stuff on it.
I guess, yeah.
It's very of the time. And I think they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is cool. I like it.
Pretty good. Screw Kyle Busch. Here's that car you were talking about earlier where they, it's the Dollar General car. You got those hands right now. You got the thinking hands. I don't get the beef. It looks great.
Like, they put this graphic out, and I was like, "Oh, cool! They're gonna make it yellow like Matt Kenseth's car." And then it showed up on track, and I was like,
"It is yellow." the way you just did, you were like backed up from your.
Look at that!
It looks like it's too bright. It looks like the photo is that they turned the brightness up, and it's just glowing.
Yeah.
Okay, literally. It is really bright in that 3 p.m. South Carolina sun. It was really bright when I watched it, so fair enough.
See, I didn't watch the Xfinity race. This is my first time seeing this, but it's not the right yellow. I see what Davin's saying here. I think it needed to be closer to the right yellow here.
Y'all are arguing about like a few ticks of hue change.
Just do it right. Why can't you do it right? It's Menards being like, "Oh, we want our little neon to look like all our other little neons." Like,
I mean, I don't know. It could be worse. Maybe my standards are just on the floor.
I do appreciate that Dollar General had the little DG sort of near the rear wheel there, and they put BJ in it for Brandon Jones.
That's
kind of funny.
That's funny.
Funny letter selection.
That's a funny letter selection. Actually, I do have a nitpick with this scheme. I don't like how they don't have the orange little flash on the back. Because I love that. I don't know why I loved that back in the day, but I love that.
I really liked it too at the time, Zach.
I don't know why.
When he had the red Husky car and then like whatever was on the back, black. I thought that looked awesome back then.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of weird that they did the little stain on the back of it instead of just doing the rear panel.
It was different. No one else had done that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's true. That's a cool way to.
I think because it's like a cheap version of like a combo scheme, and I have a fetish for combo schemes, so I think that's why I liked it. Like, yeah, put a completely different sponsor on the back panel. It's just a fun little surprise back there. I don't know. So yeah, I wish I had they had an orange flash. Harrison Burton throws back to his dad again.
Yep.
I respect. There's a lot of material to cover here.
If I had a dad that was a NASCAR driver, I would throw back to him every single year. And this is pretty cool. Dex changed their logo again. Dex is normally really good about, obviously they've done it before with the Burton throwbacks, changing their logo. They got all the colors right. The number even changed. Yeah.
Not to hate everything.
Yeah, go ahead, Devin.
This also looks great because Harrison Burton's Dex car this year has been like one of the ugliest things in the entire field. So I'm just glad that they've got a good car out here. Just keep running this. I'll be happy.
Wait, why do I not remember what it looks like?
He has this like
it's ugly.
It's this.
So I like the Dead on Tools car, but
so in IMSA they ran those like chrome Dex cars, and then someone was like, "We should do that in Xfinity, but you can't run chrome cars in Xfinity." So it's just this gross gray like gradient.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
Okay.
They also did something horrific with the logos on it. It's
got that weird shape on the front. Yeah, they need to go back to like his old color scheme with the white and also red.
Biased because I have personal beef with the designer of that car.
Yeah.
So I'll take that with a grain of salt. But this is great. I like this.
Yeah. They did a really good job with this.
We were talking about going back to like when we were kids. This is the first Jeff Burton car that I remember from my childhood. I love this. This takes me back. I love it. Like 2003, 04, like that era. Awesome. Yeah. And I hope change logo too is awesome too for the hood.
Yeah, number font and all.
Yeah, like you could add a little thing right there on the 5, and that's a 9. Like that's the exact font.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I hope you like the Burtons because there's like 3 more Burton throwbacks to go through, including not this one. He's after this. This is Dean Thompson with another Jamie McMurray throwback. This is the year Jamie McMurray. This is technically the second of 3 throwbacks to Jamie McMurray, by the way, Alex. There's another one after this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Jamie McMurray is not someone that I would be like, yeah, let's do a throwback to Jamie McMurray. Especially this car, the 26. Like, okay. I mean, he won in it. I mean, okay.
He did.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is also, I love this just as like the video game car because obviously like Crown Royal was the main sponsor of that year, but you always have the
and the diecast too. Games. Like I thought he ran this at like every race, and then I go watch old races, and I'm like, oh, that's a Crown Royal. Oh, where's the Irwin car? Like, so I like how you brought that up.
They did go all out on this with the logos too. There's a little like Sam Hunt Racing in the old like Roush Fenway on the front. They've got Thompson on the buzzsaw on the side. One of my favorite things, they have the Gillette Young Guns logo, and it just says like Thompson Pipe Group.
Oh yeah.
And then they've got like a fake Crown Royal with just their little drop logo.
Oh wow. That's cute.
Which is really fun. I love it when they do this.
Yeah, you can tell the designer spent a lot of time on this, which is awesome.
And although have fun with it too.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I mean, Davin, you mentioned like the number contrast. That number could use a bit more of like a stroke or drop shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could use it, but I'm surprised NASCAR let them get away with it. Rather, is what
it's that flame in between the top 2 lines of the 2.
Because if you're in my experience, NASCAR is super inconsistent with it anyway. But they're like, as long as the number is not the same color as like whatever they consider to be the main color of the car, like they'll say this is a blue car with a yellow number.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough.
They're still not that consistent, but I'm just a hater.
Yeah. I had to do a little bit of research for this because, well, they mentioned it on the broadcast, but this is Ward Burton's like rookie cup car from like 1994, I believe. Love the colors on it. Jeb Burton's the driver, of course. And apparently AJ Transport is a company based in South Boston, Virginia, and it was their idea to do this throwback, the sponsor's idea to do this throwback. So I love that. I love when the sponsors really get involved and excited about it. They're going to be on the car for about 4 more races. I assume they're not going to run this throwback for 4 more races. They'll probably have a more default paint scheme, but I love how this came together. They actually took a picture. Ward Burton was at the track in his old fire suit. They took a picture, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great. Yeah, awesome colors. This is sweet.
God. Yeah, just really reminds you of old NASCAR and all the bright colors.
Yeah.
So the super early 2000s Menards cars had these exact same colors.
Yeah, the blue.
Do we think current Menards would do that? Or would they still do blue? Or the
why are y'all hating on Menards so much? Let it go.
I'm just asking a question.
Alex, you only care because of Blaney. You only care because of Blaney.
Nothing would hurt me more than Menards doing a throwback to itself and getting its own colors wrong. But that would also I can totally see that happening.
I would like them to throw back. It was like Matt Crafton, I think, or something.
Yeah, Matt
Crafton.
Yeah, his first 88, and when Paul Menard drove the Andy Petrie 33. They had this dark blue with the neon stuff on it.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. Yeah. Next up, this is a nut. As from Shrimp Hours, this is a nut. I love the number 28. I love neon yellow. I love this car. I want the diecast. This is sexy.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is Ryan Daly, the second of our Ryans we're highlighting here.
Thank you, Ryan Daly. This is amazing. I want to marry that man. I love this.
So good. The number font especially, and they printed this on some bright stuff too, and it looks great. This thing, all the pictures of it I've seen, it pops.
Yeah, this is sick.
It's fantastic.
And once again, all in with the logos.
Yeah.
They got even the associate looks like the old Chevron logo that was on the side there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. This is awesome.
This was my second best of the year pick.
Yeah, I think this for me is I also just love the number 28 because I use it on iRacing and stuff. This is probably up there with one of my favorites.
Is it in this font too?
No, the one I use is Ganassi font. They're just really similar. Because I use Ganassi font because of I was a Kyle Larson fan when he was still I made it when Kyle was still at Ganassi. But they are very similar fonts, so that's fair. So yeah. This is a weird throwback for me. So it's Joey Gase Racing, it's Greg Van Ault, the driver, and they're throwing back to Ryan Reed.
Why?
So
that was my question as well.
Ryan Reed's the GOAT.
They even did up the number like the old Biffle 16.
That's cool.
Kind of. I mean, I don't know.
If you're gonna do a 16 Roush car, why not do a Greg Biffle one? There's thousands of Greg Biffle. Why are you doing Ryan Reed?
Do something
they must know Ryan Reed or something. They must be friends with him.
There must be something because there's no other reason.
Are Ryan Reed and Joey Gase boyfriends or something? I'm trying to look it up.
Or Greg Van Ault? I don't know.
Someone on Reddit is there a connection? Because I don't get it. Oh my god.
It's so left field.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't see anything about any connection, so
it's certainly a choice. I wouldn't have made it.
They did a good job.
It's good.
Oh, here's the connection. Both Ryan and now I feel bad for laughing. Greg also has diabetes.
Oh,
okay. We're assholes. I'm sorry. Oh my god. So now that makes sense. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
We got to the bottom of it. I don't feel bad.
That's cool. That's like if I threw back to a gay car.
Yeah.
Me and the throwback. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. See, well, you just have to do research.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know this paint scheme existed. Right.
I've never seen that scheme before.
I've said many times before, my dad was a huge Yates fan. He had little pictures, and I have the little 164 of the blue Ford Credit Quality Care Service Dale Jarrett car. Did not know there was a white one.
That's so cool.
I don't know if it ran all of 1999. I think
it was a night race car.
That's what my head goes to, is a night race car.
Back when people used to do that.
That's sick.
Yeah, because it wasn't the whole season.
But either way, yeah. Very cool.
So yeah,
and I love that I can tell it's a Yates car, like the font. That's basically the really Elliott Sadler 38.
Yeah,
pretty close to it at least.
Yep,
I love it.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it's another Ryan Daly job where they went all.
Wait a minute, WeatherTech and Shane Van Gisbergen could have done this. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll get to WeatherTech and Shane Van Gisbergen.
This would have been awesome
so
with
cool.
SVG. Oh damn. No, and now I'm pissed. Because WeatherTech has that American branding and stuff.
These are their colors.
But it was such a Ford thing that I don't think Junior Motorsports would want to throw back to. It's like, here's the car we're throwing back to. Ford quality care. I'm Ford an idiot.
Yeah, you're right.
And this is I guess because they're running.
I thought about that, because the manufacturer politics. Yeah, that's kind of lame, though. That's lame. Okay, what do you guys think about this? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I like
what?
It. I thought
What's
it was
the blob on the hood?
It's when Kurt Busch won the 500 and he did the little burnout, and then the grass got stuck on the hood, and then he rolled it into victory.
Why the fuck are you gonna put the grass on the hood? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's like not like, oh, it's just Kurt Busch's car. It's like, no, it's Kurt Busch's car that he won.
Put a scrape over the car number too.
They actually should have put the tape on that.
They actually should have not put anything on the hood. They don't put the green. That's not the paint scheme.
I will say,
paint scheme.
It looks better. It looks better on track than it does in the render. Because in the render, it looks like it matches the monster green. But
yeah, the render looks really bad. I just don't get why you're gonna pretend to put a little thing of grass on the.
Also, question. This is Haas. Why aren't they just using the Haas 41?
I was thinking about that. I wonder if there's some trademark with like
does Tony Stewart own it and Tony said no?
Because it's also kind of AJ Foyt's font too. Okay. I don't know if there is anything like that. I'm just like wondering if there is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because there must be some reason why they didn't just use the font that they were just using last year.
Yeah.
Because there must be some reason. So again, maybe Tony has some kind of rights over it or something because it is like a AJ Foyt.
And Tony's phone, he ain't answering his phone no more.
No.
He probably has Gene's number blocked.
He's busy drag racing.
And he's a dad now. He ain't got time for all this.
Yeah.
I will give him this. I like the little whatever that is. That's supposed to be the monster logo.
Yeah, that's Audible. Because that's Audible's own like their car for like all the other races so far at least.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
They're green. So yeah. They even did his like Kurt Busch signature that he ran. Like a
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the KB41.
That's cool. Yeah. So this is technically the third Jamie McMurray throwback. It's kind of it's not a 2-in-1 throwback, but I'll call it a dual channel throwback because it's throwing back to Sterling Marlin, but it's also throwing back to Jamie McMurray, who of course drove Sterling's car to a win at the Fall Charlotte race in 2002, I guess. But since this team runs the 42 and they're using Ganassi font for Sterling, it's also the same like 42 font that Jamie McMurray ran in the Cup Series when he ran full time. So it's a throwback with multiple channels to it, which is kind of cool.
I don't think it needs to be that complicated. I feel like you could just say this is a Sterling Marlin thing, and then it's just got the Ganassi 42 on it.
Jamie won with this paint scheme. Jamie won with the paint scheme, and he drove that number. So yeah, it's a Jamie McMurray throwback.
Yeah, but when he won, it was a 40 on it.
Okay, well they're not the number 40 car.
I think it's awesome.
No, it's too much.
It looks great.
It's cute. Cool. It's two meanings, double meanings. I love it. It's cool. Like what else? It's just such a cool little, I don't know. Y'all haters.
Sure.
This is like an alternate reality where Haviland was on the 40 and Coors Light was on the 42 or something. That's cool. That's sick. I love it.
You're Jamie McMurray. I'm just a Jamie McMurray fan. So this paint scheme, I have a lot to say. Let me actually zoom out again for this one. There's a lot going on with this one.
I have questions.
Alex, hold on. I'm going to explain. Okay, so listen. By the way, this won the, I don't know if it was a fan vote or industry vote, but this one throwback of the weekend. Yes, Davin?
It's my throwback.
So
really
Alex,
okay.
I know what your question is. You're like, why the hell is the car purple in the render? And then why the hell is it black or dark green on the track? I was wondering that too when I was putting this together. It is because I believe the real car, it's called Chromalusion. What is it called, Davin? I know you know.
I don't know.
Chromalusion, purplette or something. It's some pearlescent kind of paint that changes colors depending on what angle you're looking at it from. As you can see kind of in this picture where it says like Throwback Weekend, that decal, you can see that like some of it's purple, some of it's green, depending on the angle that you're looking at it from. How does that work? I don't know. I'm gay. And that's why like in the garage, it looks purple. On the track, it looks green. It's just something. And apparently they did this with a wrap. That's why I saw someone on Twitter said they did it with a wrap, but I don't know if I believe that.
So this is another Ryan Pistana car, and they like this.
That's what I'm imagining.
I imagine not.
They had to wrap the car with this fancy color shifting stuff, and it looks great. I'm sure like the broadcast will never do this car justice, just because like the garage photos look sweet. I'm sure in person seeing this thing change colors was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the hype I didn't understand
because, like,
at first.
Yeah. And like the render, like you can never really show it off in a render, especially before they put it on the car. I'm sure they didn't even like know exactly how it would turn out. I think it ended up being a little bit darker, but it's still really cool because it's always like purple on the top and then green kind of on the sides or in the shadows, depending on how you look at it. And to go all in, of course, every single logo on the car.
That's awesome.
They did like they've got a Pepsi, a GMAC, a Quaker State, like an old Fritos, like everything that was on the original
cartoon of Brennan Poole. Like that's
what I was going to bring up.
Drawing Brennan Poole as Bugs Bunny is awesome. I love that.
That's so cool.
That's so cute.
I think I'm glad they won the little award for best throwback because I can imagine not only the effort but the money to get that Chromalusion thing working. And it like, you know, we've all designed cars on iRacing or whatever, but there's something about the artistry of actually getting something on a real race car and the artistic process to get that wrap working with the Chromalusion I really respect. So that's awesome to me. Definitely a deserved winner for Throwback Weekend. The only reason it's not my personal favorite is because I never watched the original car race. If I did, I'd probably like it a lot, but
I'm pretty sure the original car wrecked in like qualifying or something.
That's what I thought happened at first. I'm like, why is the car a different color? Did they wreck in practice or something? God, that would suck, wouldn't it? Oh my God.
I don't remember the purple one, but I remember a light blue one that was like also like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they ran a lot of Looney Tunes ones back in the day.
There were a lot.
Again, before my time.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of which,
I don't remember who drives this. Mason Massey. I don't remember what it's throwing back to. I say Jimmy Spencer. Jimmy Spencer.
Jimmy Spencer. It's another Jimmy Spencer car. It's the year of Jimmy and Jimmy.
I have nothing to say about it, but it looks good.
Yeah, I mean
They did all the things. They did the number font and the logos. The capital city looking like the Noble does make it look like Circuit City, which I think is kind of funny.
That's what I thought it was actually throwing back to at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also like I appreciate them going all out and making it look like the huge Winston logo on the side of the car. That's cool. Because it is almost not legible with
I was having a stroke trying to read it because I'm like Cominal? Like, I was having a stroke trying to read it. It looks great on the other side of the car, but yeah, it's not doing so hot over there.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate them throwing away their like brand recognizability to make it look like the old car though.
That's really cool. Yeah. Another IndyCar throwback. I love a throwback that's not NASCAR. That's
cool.
Is there a connection here as well? I actually don't know.
Shoot.
I have no idea.
Is there? I don't remember.
There must be, because it just seems like such
same number. Is it just the number?
Oh yeah, same number. I think that's why.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else has driven the 48. I'm sure there's no NASCAR.
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone that would run the 48 in Cup.
This is Bobby Unser's 1975 Indy 500 winning car. That is the thing. I mean, with the number 48, it's like, okay, do something Jimmy Johnson. Scott Borchetta. I think there's a connection with Scott Borchetta, who is the team owner, to something with Indy. I forgot though. I think just with Indy.
They used to sponsor the backyard race. If
that must be. I think that's what it is.
It's probably something like that.
Promoting, he's big in the IndyCar, industry, I guess. So I think that's probably the main reason they went IndyCar. I like it because again, I think the easy route is Jimmy Johnson. But hey, this looks awesome. It looks cool. I like non-stock car throwbacks for NASCAR. It's kind of cool, something different.
As far as transferring like an open wheel paint scheme onto a full body car, they did a really good job.
Really good job.
Yeah.
Harry Gant throwback. This is a really iconic paint scheme for me. Even this is way before my time. Yeah, nothing to say. It looks good.
I love it.
It's nice. It might be the 200th Harry Gant throwback.
It's an easy one to do. Nice. I feel like
I think that's why
colors.
That's why I don't have anything to say. I'm just like, okay. Oh, sorry, but they just haven't done anything.
Oh wow.
Just bye.
On to the next.
Yeah, you want to see me not care? Actually, this isn't even really a throwback. It's just kind of.
What is the hood?
I think it's just David Starr throwing an old number on this car. The Motor Coach store.
The hood looks like a horror movie title or something.
I could not find any reference to this
like
car.
A novel.
I could not find if this was throwing back to anything.
I don't know, but the Motor Coach store, they sure got their money's worth.
I think David Starr was just like, hey, let's put an old number on this boy and call it a day. So,
I mean, when it was clearly a low budget entry, they threw a chrome number on it. I can respect that at least, I guess.
I didn't realize David Starr still raced. Good for him.
Yeah, he's
every once in a while. Still more effort than RFK put in.
Again, if you're not gonna do a throwback properly, at least make your car look old. So I respect this. This. Make your car look old. This is cool.
Banger. Yes, I have the die cast of the original. This was one of my favorite cars as a kid. I love chocolate milk. Yep.
Look at the little product placement with the cords on the hood. Cool. That's cool. I didn't even notice that. That's awesome.
This is awesome. I love this.
That's
especially a series correct throwback.
Yeah, exactly.
Series car.
Yeah, throwback to a Busch Series champion, Jeff Green. Yeah.
This is another Ryan Daly car, by the way.
I've loved all of his
the legacy of Ryan's.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, who even drives this car? Oh, Leland Honeyman. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, and then this is a Ryan Ellis throwback, throwing back to himself. That might not be a popular decision, but it's cute. It's cool. Look, he's a little kid. It's a legend car. he's a little kid. He's got glasses. Oh my god. So so throwback to himself.
This is another genre of throwback, is when someone throws back to their old cars and everyone's like, okay, I guess.
It is a little lame because it's okay. I mean,
it's not iconic.
At least it's not old.
Memorable. I'm sure it's nice for him.
I was gonna say, I bet for him it means a lot.
And this is the reason why he picked 71 when he switched to DGM and actually got them to run the number 71.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
but also who cares?
I like
apart from Ryan Ellis.
I like the little details though. They got the little you see at the front fender
on the side.
Yeah, the front fender's got the opening, and then there's these little details on the side that looks like bars. That's cool, or whatever they are. So awesome. Yeah, I like it. So you mentioned this before, Davin. WeatherTech, they did do a throwback with Connor Zilisch. Their 88 car throwback to Buddy Baker. Pretty cool. Got a chrome number on it. Same colors. Pretty, whatever. It's a Buddy Baker
little
throwback.
Junior Motorsports thing on the side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pretty nice.
I think it's cool. I don't know how, you've got the same sponsor. If Junior Motorsports can do it, why can't Trackhouse do it?
Run this exact same throwback, or at least
just
put in effort.
Just do something.
Put in effort. Right.
Yeah. And this is great. They got the old number font on there and everything. It's pretty iconic.
WeatherTech might be like particular about like, you know, their logo needs to be on white. That's what I have a feeling, or black even. Yeah. So that might limit them in some way, because like I'm thinking, I mean, they could still try to do like a Dale Jr. throwback to like one of his National Guard cars, maybe. But
there's always time to do Dale Jr. throwbacks.
Yeah. Like you're talking again about SVG, but
they did angle the hell out of the hood logo though, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty awesome. And I think there's one more. This is Matt DiBenedetto, who I forgot still races, doing another Jeff Burton throwback. Yeah.
This is such a cool scheme.
Yeah. And it's got like the actual number, which is kind of a step up from when Harrison ran this a few years ago. So
yeah.
Look, Jeff Burton had so many good schemes.
Oh yeah. He like just went from iconic car to iconic car. Because even like the X-Side before this was great.
Has anyone ever done the Prilosec 31 Lightning?
I love that car.
That's also such like a video game pick. I feel like that didn't actually race all that much, but everyone saw it in like NASCAR 07 and was like, whoa, I don't think it was in that game though. Lightning.
No, it wasn't in that game though.
It was in 08.
I have the diecast for it. That's
and it won Texas. It won Texas. I think that's why people remember.
Did it win?
No, it didn't win. It finished second. Sorry, it finished second at Texas.
I feel like there's not a lot of purple companies to do it though.
True.
We need someone with some purple branding to just be like, Lightning car.
He did win. No, Jeff Burton
Cody
won
Ware sponsor from a few years ago. The 51.
Oh,
I forget what that name was.
Some medication of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Prilosec cars. They look so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Isn't that also a medication? I don't even know what it is.
It's for heartburn.
Probably.
There you go.
I remember the Larry the Cable Guy commercials. So Prilosec OTC. All right, that's it. No trucks, because trucks did not run Throwback Weekend. I wonder if you'll see teams do it, because I believe trucks race Darlington Southern 500 weekend. So I wonder if you'll see truck teams run.
I hope Tricon does it, because they have a great design team and they did a good job last year.
I could see them doing it then. Actually, that would be kind of cool.
Do you want to say our favorites?
You guys can go first, because I gotta think.
Well, my favorite is probably the Terry Labonte, Kyle Larson one.
Yeah,
but
that's pretty sick.
At the same time, when you pulled up the 4 Kodak car, that is right up there for me, because that one, I gasped when that popped up. I'm like, oh my god, like that's so cool.
Especially the cute little print ad graphic they did for it. Awesome.
Yeah. I like that's why I always look for the reveal graphics, because I think that the presentation of the throwback does a lot for me. Especially I like when they put the reference cars in it too.
Yeah.
This one doesn't need the reference car because it's iconic, but
another chance for the designers to cook.
Yeah, I just think it just brings it all together. I think it's awesome. So, Davin, what was your favorite?
I still think I'm going to go with the 44, even though it didn't translate on the broadcast. But it's just such a cool initiative.
Yeah.
To wrap the whole car in like a color changing, pearlescent kind of wrap.
Yeah, all the effort that goes behind it.
Yeah. And I'm sure like a lot of like research went into even like finding this kind of wrap that you can put on the car and then convincing the sponsors to pay for it. It's great.
Yeah, that is awesome. It's my turn. I don't know. I guess like my safe pick is this 28 car.
It's a good pick.
I still don't have that much personal connection to the paint scheme. Like if I had to pick one that has a lot of personal connection to me, like a scheme that I watched, growing up, and
the Chase Elliott one. Right?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
They're funny. I don't know. All the cup ones kind of suck.
Yeah, they do be like that nowadays.
I do like the Jamie McMurray throwback just for its little unique little, and the car looks awesome.
Yeah, getting that shiny silver on it's great.
Yeah. I guess if I had to pick one though, that 28 does look sick. So yeah, I'll pick the 28. That's my favorite.
I also like that the 28. I'm pretty sure this is new material. I don't think anyone's done a throwback to this car yet.
I feel like, we've definitely seen some to like the Davey Allison 28 a little bit.
Yeah, but not this one.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also never at Throwback Weekend. It's always at like Talladega or something. Like I know Joey Gase did that once, and Ricky Stenhouse ran one once, but I don't think they were at Darlington. So
Kyle Larson ran one in the wrong color at one point, I remember.
Oh yeah, the weird little the DC Solar one.
DC Solar, yeah.
Yeah, see that's like at the kind of the cusp of like you're
bother.
changing the color too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Davin, thank you so much for coming on. I know you are. Let me get rid of this. I know you and your shrimp boys still do your Shrimp Hours podcast, and I try to listen whenever I can. Alex and I said that anytime we're driving in Indy, we will be listening to your podcast. Like,
oh god,
that's
don't
good
do
road
that.
trip material.
Yeah, okay.
Or at least when I'm driving, because I'm driving to Indy this year, and I'm like, well, I got to catch up on Shrimp Hours. So here we go. It's gonna be absolute brain rot.
Yeah, if you want some brain rot, just like garbage content, listen to Shrimp Hours Presents wherever you get podcasts.
It's one of the few times I do really legit laugh in my car. Like I'll laugh at like other podcasts sometimes, like DBC sometimes can be funny, but like you guys are fucking hilarious. So I really do appreciate that.
If you ever want gay people on, let us know.
Yeah,
we'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. We just hit the record button and just yell for I don't know. I'm like scared to bring people on now because it's like it's such a weird dynamic that I feel like other people would struggle in. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I did receive a request from Ryan Williams to do more like sort of paint scheme roundups, because I put like a tier list on Twitter of what we decided our favorite throwbacks were. Also look out in the NASCAR Canada series.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you got going on with real life cars?
Ryan Vargas, critical path security for DJ Kennington Racing, trying to go full time in the Canada series this year. I'm so happy because I've always wanted to do a Canada series car.
Yeah.
And Ryan Vargas was like, hey, we might be racing in Canada. I was the first guy that he talked to, of course.
That's awesome.
To do the car up. And I just sent off the files for them to print and wrap, and I'm so excited to see it.
Oh, that's awesome. So happy for you. Yeah. Can't wait to see that car on the track. Thank you, Davin, so much for coming on to the Gay Racing Podcast once again. It's great to have you. We had a great discussion about NASCAR Throwback Weekend. Alex, where can people find us here on the Gay Racing Podcast if they want to hear more?
Yeah, well, you can find us on all the socials at Gay Racing Pod, primarily Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And then I'm only on Blue Sky primarily at Newgate, Zack's at Dreamy Zack Racing on Twitter and Blue Sky. And if you're a Patreon, if you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/Gay Racing Pod.
They saw this first.
And the regular podcast is on YouTube and on the podcast platforms.
Every Monday night. We upload every Monday night. We talk about the races, NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One if we feel like it, IMSA when that's on. So, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Davin, for joining us. You can follow him at Drive-Thru. Follow his podcast at Shrimp Hours. Your design accounts are what? Drive-Thru Design, right?
Drive-Thru Design on Instagram.
You look it up, you'll find it.
Drive-Thru Live on Blue Sky if you feel so inclined.
Do you still stream?
Not right now, but I want to get back to it.
I miss it. I like your streams.
Yeah, there's a few things I have to work through.
You're busy. You're like me. I try to do too many things. Podcast, iRacing.
I'm really bad at saying no. But I do want to be here, just to make that clear.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you guys having me on to talk. And
yeah, of course. I just appreciate it because I feel like I feel parallel to you sometimes because I feel like you can just do everything, and I'm like, I wish I was like him, so talented.
I don't think you do.
Then I start getting into all these things, and I'm like, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. We'll see you guys next time here on the Gay Racing Podcast. From Zack and Alex and Davin. Bye-bye.
Bye.